Welcome back to Rise and Shine today, and I feel good about the first part of the show because of the nature of it and having experienced it and witnessed it and been there, and it's very special. And of course, we approach one of those days in the year that causes you to stop and think. You know, this the Easter season, if we want to call it that. You know, you just stop and dwell on it.
Made me think about Trimble.
You know, it's kind of like the older you get, the more you stop and dwell. Because, and it also serves me a good purpose because as old as I am, if I fall asleep, I can say I was just dwelling. You know, it's a good cop out, you know, like, Grandpa, you know, just resting my eyes, you know, but that is the cry of Christ, and this year's title is Risen, and it's just something very important. Now, we're going to talk some other things right now, and I'm going to ask if you folks would introduce yourself, and I just don't know where to start. You'll be last. Ladies before gentlemen, so you're second.
Okay.
All right. You are?
Kim Tyson, and we're here for the Grand Winter Gala.
Okay. Kim Tyson, Grand Winter Gala. Can you top that?
I would like to try. I'm Sam Campbell, Director of Helping Hands of Franklin County. We give sometimes I sort of hesitate.
All right.
We give emergency financial assistance to Franklin County people, and we are indebted to the Grand Winter Gala. And I'll leave it at that right now.
Okay. Now that I've introduced everybody. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
You know, this guy, he doesn't know who he is, so he wears the name Andre Perry.
Just in case you forget.
Post 111, Rocky Mount, Virginia.
Yeah.
Various badges, various lapel pins.
What's this up here?
I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, he's one of my friends, which I'm honored to have these people here today as friends, and it's neat. Andre is a good guy. And when I grew up in the city, those were two words that were important, and they were said where I grew up just like that. Hey, he's a good guy. Leave him alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's my New York popping out again.
Yeah,
but,
that's right.
But that's exactly right. So as one of the next good guys, introduce yourself.
Andre Perry, and today I'm here in the capacity of a board member on Helping Hands, for the Helping Hands agency, and also a committee member in the Grand Winter Gala.
Okay, did you have a good time?
We had a great time.
Full house?
We didn't have the full house, but you know what? At the end of the day, we had a full basket.
Okay.
And we're here today to share a little bit of that basket with the community.
All right, well, somebody jump in and tell me what we're going to do today, because you've had the preamble was the times, the visits,
That's
when
correct.
we
Yes.
had dealt with it in preparation for it.
Exactly.
And had people that were performing and involved were here talking to us, and you know it was exciting to get ready for it, and save a unfortunately previously committed. I could not be there, but it was we gave it the old
Try.
We did.
and,
We had over 100 people that evening there, so
That was kinda nice.
it was not
so
like an
it was
attendance.
successful.
It was successful. People had a great time, enjoyed the band. The food was fabulous.
All right.
And,
Kim, you want to tell us about it then?
Yeah. Again, it was a great evening of fun and fundraising for the lake community. We had over 100 people, as I said, and it's really bringing a night of entertainment to the lake during the winter when there's not a lot going on. And it also brings note to the organizations that we're working with and that we're able to raise money for, which is a big part of this evening. And we were really pleased that even though our attendance was down a little bit, we matched our last year's donations. We were able to give away $10,000.
Congratulations.
Yeah, the basket was full, and that's because God really provides. Because this year, the silent auction was amazing, and that kind of helped, I think, make up for our attendance being a little off. But again, it was a very successful evening, and there were still a lot of people there. A lot of people dancing, having fun.
And that's important.
Very
That
important.
is very important. It just makes you feel good. And I know that you want to make a comment to follow that.
Well, I'd like to say that Sam cut a real rug out on the floor that night. I mean, he's giving me the look.
Did you?
The scissors were dull.
Did anybody get a
Well,
picture of
maybe
it?
he cut a rug in his seat. How about that, Sam?
Did some chair
Really,
dancing.
we had a great band. This band was really
It was.
UBU from North Carolina.
From Greensboro.
And what made them great is the variety of music. They are colorful performers, gave a wonderful show. Sound was perfect, would you say, where you could sit at your table, hear the wonderful music, and the variety was really neat.
Can you get them back next year?
We're working on it.
We're already
working on it.
So the band was
that
great.
Good. You liked them?
Yeah, very
Food
much.
was awesome. Prime rib, that prime rib was off the chain. I mean, and then I think that for that dessert, I think we had
The cobblers.
cobblers.
Homemade
Oh,
cobbler.
people couldn't stay away from
You
the
know what I
cobblers.
say about cobblers?
What do you say?
They're shoemakers.
It's going to be that kind of day, isn't it?
Very good.
I'll straighten them out eventually. No, but this is great. Okay, well, are we going to hear how well and what some of the dollars could be and
Yes.
awarded to
Well,
and so forth? Go
Okay,
ahead.
well,
Kick it
as I
back
said,
to you.
we were able to raise $10,000 to give away. And basically, we cover our costs and keep just a little seed money for next year, so we give everything away. And we awarded the Agape Center yesterday their money. They're on Bedford County side. And they kind of take up where Helping Hands, being the emergency front line, then people who need additional assistance to help them through times, there's the Agape Center. And then we also wrote a check for the Smith Mountain Lake Christian Academy. So those were both done yesterday. And then we have something today for Helping Hands.
You've got Helping Hands.
We have a
and
check for Helping Hands.
coincidentally, Mr. Helping Hands is here.
He's here.
How about that?
How about that?
Go right ahead.
We are so honored and pleased to be able to donate $4,000 to Helping Hands of Franklin County. And it's the most we've been able to do, and we are really thrilled because we believe in Helping Hands, and Sam does an amazing job with that organization.
We are honored and pleased and humbled to receive it. We have this little motto that seems to be making the rounds. When my English teacher wife isn't listening, I'll say, "We never don't need money." And,
Double negative.
That is a great saying.
That is.
I think I heard him say it
but
right on this
two
program.
negatives make a positive, so
It does.
it's okay.
It does. And that's, I used to call it a double negative, but
That's
I didn't learn anything in school, but I just liked that, you know.
Yeah.
Sam, isn't that neat?
It is, yeah. Just for the unknown out there, we give emergency financial assistance. This is often in the electric termination notices, particular rent, mortgage issues, heating fuel in the wintertime, gas to go to work, prescription medication, and then things that we think we never covered before, they suddenly get covered. We call that other, and we have a lot of other as well. And this past year, 2015, we gave over $100,000 in assistance to people in Franklin County. And as I often say, if you're going to give $100,000, it's important to have $100,000. And this happens through the generosity of a lot of people, including the Gala people. And we really are grateful for this, no question. And hope to continue to be a customer and a participant.
Thank you for those words. And Ms. Tyson, thank you. That's neat.
We love it.
That's neat. And you're enjoying it.
Yes, we have a good time.
Having, you know, I hearken back again, going back in my career to being a banker. Every day was fun. And it sounds like you're one of those kind of people, you know, if you're not having fun. Now you're accomplishing, you're doing good, you're earning $1 maybe, if it's your work that you're having fun with. But whatever it is, if you have fun, it seems to be.
And I've met Sam and Andre through this Gala. I never knew either one of them before that.
Got to be a downside to everything.
I was going to say a blessing, but
Downside to everything.
it really is a great group. And other than the last 2 to 3 weeks before the Gala, that gets a little crunch.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's really, we've got it down to a system, and we're actually looking forward to taking it up to the next level next year and hopefully doing more.
And it's a good story on how it got started.
Oh, my husband and we were married in February before Valentine's, and we had a reception everybody had so much fun at, and they said, there's nothing that goes on at the lake during the winter, why don't we do something? It was girls sitting around a kitchen table and came up with the idea of throwing a party and let's raise money for charity, and that's how it started.
How many years?
Well, we're going into our 8th year next year. This is 7 years.
Amazing. Amazing. It's interesting how, you know, there's a lot of a germ of an idea, if you will call it that, or just somebody, you know, why doesn't anybody, whatever, and that's good, that's good. And my thanks, Andre, to you and to the group for supporting it and getting it done, and that's great. Andre's a good buddy. I tease him, he teases me, but we get along very well. And I think my wife even likes you. So it's that kind of a back and forth that we do. But this is a good place to be.
Yes.
I don't want to live anywhere else. I don't want to be anywhere else. And it's this kind of thinking and the kind of activities and what happens and how we hold hands. You know, I shake hands, but we hold hands, and how we watch out for. And Sam and I did this a lot, you know, back in a prior life, it seems now, when we were meeting to deal with what do you call them, giving grants to people for college and so forth. And boy, there you just witnessed my problem. Memory. But my wife teases me about it. But and then one day I said, "And your name, please?" So
That's
Did it stop?
I will remember that response. So that's all right.
Well,
But go ahead,
I
Sam.
was just going to say, I can tell you a quick story about liking Franklin County.
All right.
We came here in 1978 to be with the school system, of course. I did several administrative things. And in 1991, I retired. Took advantage of an early retirement plan. And but we looked at things and decided I was still too young and too broke not to keep working. So we actually left here, went to Andover, Massachusetts, where I was a middle school principal for 4 years. And at the end of 4 years, we decided, you know, we've got to plant somewhere. We thought we'd left Franklin County forever. And my wife said, well, we might as well go back to Franklin County. We know it. And this is from a lady who lived 2 places otherwise, Norfolk and Northern Virginia, neither of which look much like Franklin County. And so we've been here again for about the last 21 years and aren't going anywhere.
That's neat. That's a good story, Sam, and I can relate to it, and I appreciate it. And I'm just stopping to think 3 places that I live too, and it's those 3 areas, and this place has got first place.
And I've heard an interesting story at a Lions Club meeting that I went to recently, where one of the gentlemen there said, you know, I've lived a lot of places, because he worked with an organization that had him traveling all over the country. He says, this is the most giving and compassionate place I have ever lived. So I'm staying here.
Yeah.
The flip side is that also there is some poverty, and there are people in need.
Yes.
And those giving people give. I'm a testament to that, and Helping Hands is,
Yep.
because there's some really very, very generous people and generous churches.
Do you
Yes,
know how
sir.
it got its name, Helping Hands, by chance?
I don't. Tom Boyle started this
Yeah.
in 1994, and when
It was
he
on a
wanted
much
to,
smaller scale.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was about half.
Yeah.
I think when I came in, we were doing about $55,000 worth of assistance, and so it kind of grew. But he really established
Yeah.
it he ran it about 7 or 8 years, and he asked me to help him find somebody to take his place. So we found me.
He had no ulterior motive.
He's got a similar story too.
Yeah. If you like it,
Oh, I enjoy it very
Do it.
much. It's a
What?
good. I like doing it
Yeah.
very much.
well, we like the fact that you are there and supporting it and doing it, and it has helped. And it helps rigidly. It's not, and when I say that, ladies and gentlemen, understand this is not like you need $1, you need $50, you need whatever, here, take it and go. This is a set of rules and a set of requirements, and it's for specific items. And this has saved people, though. So Helping Hands is exactly as stated, helping hands, and it's good. And then I am twice as grateful when organizations, Andre, like the ones that you work very hard with, and they come back with good support for the right people, and that's good. And you had a lot of fun doing it, which
We
makes
do.
it even better.
It does.
Yes.
We just throw a party and have fun and give money away. That's
Can't beat that.
I'm gonna write that down, throw a party. But no, it's neat. It's being with a good heart. It's all accomplished. Fair enough?
Could we ask Kim also to give a little shout out to the ladies, the other members of the committee?
Yes.
Who worked very hard to make it a
Oh,
success.
absolutely. We try to get them all here, but it seems like just a few of us can make it. But we have Phyllis Johnson, who most people know. She's a well-known realtor here at the lake, and Pat Park. Dina Massey, who does our decor, works very hard on that. She's already started for next year. It'll be boas and bow ties, we think.
Okay.
And we've got Peggy Overstreet, who grew up in this area. I'm trying to think who, Michelle Brzezinski, and
Karen.
Karen Hiltz, school board, and Lynette Webb.
Okay, so,
Interesting thing, Peggy Overstreet was a high school student when I was assistant principal at the high school years ago. Yeah,
kind of catches you up, doesn't it?
it does. Oh, I see that all the time now.
Yeah.
If you stay around long enough, people come back to haunt you.
Yep, and in my case, it was generally all positive, but every
Yeah.
once in a while, said, you used to be the president of the bank, didn't you? And depending on how that comes out, I say yes or no. But no, I had a ball, as you know, Sam. You remember back then. I had fun. I was a banker for 45, 50 years, almost 50 years, and in maybe 3 areas primarily. Unfortunately, a short spell up in Northern Virginia, and then I came to Tidewater and was there for a long time on the peninsula and in Tidewater. And in case you don't know, the peninsula is the Newport News, Hampton area. Tidewater is, that's my definition. Newport is shore, is Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, and so forth. But you live in a lot of places, you see a lot of things, and this is one of the kind of things that I like to talk about when it comes to this function and the function of the organization and what it does. And I had the great pleasure to go to a function put on by one of the organizations this past weekend, and it was just good fun, and helping people, doing good things, and raising money, and it's necessary. So I'm glad that this worked.
You
as
don't
well as
mind
it did.
mentioning that was our Rocky Mount Rotary Club, do you?
I figured that you would pick up on it.
I was gonna bring it up anyway.
I know.
You were there, I remember seeing you now. Yep.
Yeah.
We were all
came
there,
out.
actually.
We wanted Dee to have a good time. Did she have a good time?
She had a wonderful time, and we got our granddaughter and her husband there.
She was there too.
And they're both teachers
Okay.
locally.
All right, so you were
and,
successful.
You know, so
Okay.
they had a good time. And, you know, it's always neat because we have managed to create something that's going to be fun, because we live on Old Furnace Road. And if you ever want to visit the iron furnace, the Washington iron furnace, the only iron furnace still standing in the world
Oh, really?
is in my backyard. But it's significant history. But in any event, I live there, and across the street, a couple of doors, my granddaughter and her husband live. They're both teachers. Kevin is marrying my other granddaughter. They're living 2 doors further away. So it's,
Taking over the neighborhood.
there it goes. But we really, and Lou Hagee is my next door neighbor, who is a
Might
great,
as well be your brother.
might as well. But great people, and a nice neighborhood, nice neighborhood. But this is a good place to be. If you're going to be anywhere, you might as well be in Franklin County, and it's a good place to be. Anybody else have any comments, or did we miss anything? I know you have
I
comments.
have a comment.
Good grief. What? I mean, what would you like to tell us?
Well,
I got him. He's choked up now.
all right. Florella Johnson and
Yes.
Mrs. Teagle
Yes.
have been running a mentoring program for probably 6 or 7 years now. And they're having their major fundraiser
Oh, that's right. Yep.
coming up on,
I've
do you have
got
a
it here.
flyer? Okay,
I do.
on,
Go ahead,
on the
keep talking.
18th
Yep.
of March
Mhm.
with some great entertainment from Roanoke. So I guess I will talk to one of the ladies who's doing PR. We'll come back out
Yep.
and
Yep.
talk about
Yep.
it.
Yep. This morning, when I saw everybody coming in, I stopped with my announcements, but it is in here, and I do have it, and I'm not going to find it right now, but it is a great thing also, and good. You're looking at the wonderfulness of what we do when we deal with our children or people in need, or there's just so many good things that happen around here.
No, I will mention one more thing.
Bridge to Life
while you're
with
looking.
Champs.
Yes.
That's another, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the great things about Franklin County, I learned this working through an agency, is that the agencies in this county work together, work cooperatively. We are constantly in touch with someone else. We refer a lot of our clients to other agencies and they to us. And this is real important because that doesn't always happen. You can go a lot of places and you hear all these sad stories about how this one's competing
right.
against this one, and that's just not true here. And that's a wonderful feeling to know that you're out there all really working for the same thing
My
together.
goodness, yes, there's a lot of good things going on, and I don't think there's a better place to live than right here. And I think in any given day or given place with people, you're going to get votes for that from everybody. You know, that's true. I was just looking at this Bridge to Life with Champs that Florella is heavily involved in with the
Also,
schools.
somebody that worked in the school administration and left as a retiree and took on another
Yeah,
project to help youth.
yeah. I think
You know.
she ran the schools, didn't she?
Assistant superintendent?
Pretty
is that-
much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a very dear friend and Laverne Tiggle works with her
Right,
on that.
another teacher.
Another teacher. So, Bridge to Life with Champs will have a jazz concert. What is that, on the 18th? I did not get to that announcement, so it's appropriate that I do at this moment. The Pig River
Thank you.
Community Center. Thank you. Bridge to Life with Champs is the group. It's a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping all the students that they can get their hands on, positive, successful future, all kinds of good things that they're trying to do, academic enrichment and just giving opportunities, nurturing kinds of things. And it serves rising sixth graders, then stays with them. So as they go forward, they become graduating seniors. And this organization is seeking sponsors and seeking some contributions and registration forms. They're going to have a function here, a jazz and blues concert. Concert will be March 18th. Where are we?
Do you have the name of?
Pig River Community Center, 6:30 to 9:30. I'm looking to see who's going to be
Yeah,
there.
who's that?
The concert will be held March 18th at the Pig River Community Center, 6:30 to 9:30. They're looking for some sponsors. They're looking for table sponsors. They're looking for donations. They want to know how many from your company, your organization will be in there. They will serve you a meal that will be good. They will
Very
do
good.
that. That's the place that does it in the morning when they have breakfast, early in the year, celebrate the
I'm-
Veterans
I'm
Day.
helping
and
them
all
out
that.
with the chicken though this year.
All right. Oh, well, with the exception of the chicken, you're going to
Yeah.
find it's great.
Oh yeah.
No.
I called upon my excellent chef to take care of this
All right.
chicken.
I got you.
The ladies needed a break.
All right.
By the way, speaking of Florella Johnson, she's also a volunteer for Helping Hand.
Ah, there you
Yeah,
go.
see the connection.
Yeah. It's the way it works in a good community like that. So Bridge to Life with Champs. If you hear that, that's a good organization. It's an organization that sponsors and gives resources that will enrich youngsters that may not have it laid out just right for them, and it works very closely with them and makes sure their future gets a little bit of a push, and help. And it starts with them being in the sixth grade and follows them through their senior year. So that's taking place. This is a good time to say that again. Friday,
I'm on that board too.
the March 18th. There goes the name. But anyway, Jazz and Blues concert at the Pig River Community Center. It'll be held March 18th. So they would like to have groups, organizations, and the like sponsor it. And they'll set aside a table for you, and you can get tickets and a lot of good things. And if you want to just send a check in, send it to Bridge to Life with Champs, care of Florella Johnson, 97 Westward Road, Rocky Mount. So that's a good place to go. So that's funny how that blended there just perfectly, didn't it?
Good, thank you.
Anything else that you want me to say this morning?
I'm trying to get my projects down to a minimum now.
Well, we're good till August.
See, we're good.
We'll start back up again in August.
It's a great thing that we have when we are in a community that just like what you guys just did. Granted, you had a good time. You feel good about what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's positives all the way through, and then the bottom line is somebody gets some financial assistance. A lot of people get financial assistance, and you're feeling good about it, and it does good things. How
Yes.
can you
Good.
miss when you match that all up. Huh?
No.
So,
That's
gonna
right.
do it next year?
We're planning on it.
Planning on it.
February 11th. We're already booked.
All right. I'm just seeing if there's anything else I need to say. Is there anybody else out there to talk to me this morning? No? All right. I mean, it's a very informal place we have here, but
Well, that's what the beauty of it.
yeah, I
Really,
agree.
I
I
think.
agree. Don't forget, Friday the 18th is Daly and Vincent at the high school auditorium. That's a fun duo. It's neat music, and if you haven't heard them or you don't know them, do what one does with your computer and find out who Daly and Vincent are, because you will enjoy it. And tickets are going fast. It'll be at the Franklin County High School auditorium, so you'll get good seats for it. And you can buy tickets at Haywood's Jewelers, Cox's Fashions, Ferrum, and Redwood Minute Markets. They are selling them, but $20 in advance tickets. Now at the door they will sell for $25. So, but these are professional musicians that do a wonderful job. So there you go. Anything else, sir?
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. We're honored to be able to help.
We're very,
Thank you.
very grateful.
Thank you again. Sam, good
And,
to see you.
We'll spend it fast.
Ms. Tyson, thank you.
Nice to see
Tell
you
the
again.
folks, yeah, it's good to see you again, and tell the folks that we appreciate it, and it's good.
Will do. Thank you.
I guess that covers everybody.
We
I
hope.
think it does.
Andra, period, says on your sign. You okay?
I'm okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. Andre, you're a stellar, important component in the community. I know you don't want me to say that, and I know you just soon as shut up, but you do play a major role in making sure that a lot of good things happen, and I thank you for that, sir.
And thank you very much.
Yeah, that's,
I get as much enjoyment out of that as you have for the last almost 20 years, coming in here on a regular basis and informing the community of all the great things that are happening in Franklin County.
thank you. It's fun.
It is.
I have a good time. It's the only way to be.
Yeah.
Told a good story about baseball this morning, and I got to talk about the Dodgers, so I'm okay.
Life is supposed to be fun.
Yeah,
And in my case, I have to say I'm having a lot of fun.
yeah. Well, you know, it's interesting, as an aside on that, sometimes it's uncool to say that I'm having fun. Heck no, I'm having a ball. You know? And as I said, we found out, if in the case I did not bring this up, and if I don't bring it up, I'm gonna be in trouble. We have another grandchild.
Oh, really?
Congratulations.
2 days ago, Matthew Shoemaker, my son's son, we have another great grandson.
Grandchild, yeah.
So it was 20, this makes 27. So, wonderful. The baby is fine, and
Boy,
everything's-
girl.
Boy.
Woo, I know you're excited about that.
His father was a heck of a baseball player. Played, was an All-American. Yeah.
Wow.
Came down here and beat Ferrum. I went out to the game out at Ferrum, and my grandson hit a ball out of the park in center field. I stood up and cheered, and boy, I could feel the daggers in my back. All my friends from Ferrum College said, I can't help it, it's my grandson, give me a break, you know. But yeah, life is full of that kind of stuff, and life is amazing. We live in a wonderful place, folks. We live amongst and great people doing great things, and it's just the right way to do it. Take it from me. And that's it for today. I believe that we have got it covered. Isn't it nice to be able to conclude on the very big positive provided by the name of the organization this year,
Well, it's the Grand Winter Gala.
the Grand Winter Gala, and the folks that put it on are What
Just-
organization?
No, that's the Grand Winter
No.
Gala.
Grand
It's
Winter
just-
Gala.
It's just a committee.
It's a
That's the
committee of a
committee.
group of dedicated people to putting this event on every year.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's working.
It is working.
Isn't it neat?
Exciting.
It is.
Yeah, and thank you.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that's it for today. It's getting on towards 9 o'clock, and you tired of listening to me?
Too bad.
Yeah. No, Dee always says, when are you ever going to shut up? You know, like, or something equal to that. She's nicer to me
You
than
want you to
that.
get it out of your blood here.
Come home and be too winded to talk. No chance. But thank you very much for paying attention, and we appreciate you being part of us. And if there's any way we can help you, let us know. If you have something you'd like to advertise, if your business is anxious to do it, we think we've got a good market for it right here. And all I can tell you is, if all goes well, I will see you again next time, and God bless.